Well, if you are a really big Tank Davis fan, such as myself, uh, and you are at this point just ready for him to fight any of the top guys that 135 pounds or 140 or even 147 have to offer, just because we've been waiting for Tank to fight these elite fighters for so long, you're probably going to have to wait just a little bit longer as the doors have opened up for more possibilities for Tank Davis to cash in and grab some big bags. Let's talk about it. What up, YouTube? Big T.O. Heavy Bad Boxing TV, man. Get your big goofy ass in here. Hit the bag. Hit that like button for your boy. That helps the channel. You know, I appreciate that love. Shout out my gang, D1 Merc, 1ML21, Skinny JT, Black Jesus. My guy, Troy Jack, Key1, Rebel Life, Modern King, Letitia, YK World. My guy, Tyrese Celestine. Thank you for your service too, Tyrese Celestine. Big shout out to Sean Don Punch Drunk, my guy 913 Boxer, my Aussie family, Mark Wynn, New Church. I see you guys. So Tank Davis, man. If you haven't checked out Fight Hub interview with Manny Pacquiao, my boy got straight to it, right? And he pretty much set Manny Pacquiao up for the old okey doke. And Pacquiao, being the fighter that we all know him to be, he's never really turned down any smoke. And given this kind of trick question, Manny Pacquiao was all in. And I'm not sure if that's going to open up the floodgates for a Tank Davis. Now, according to Calvin, Coach Calvin Ford, of course, Gervonta Tank Davis trainer, he says more than likely Tank will have some sort of a tune-up match. He didn't really want to call it a tune-up, but let's keep it a buck. He'll have some type of a tune-up match next. Now, he hasn't been in the ring since April, since he fought Ryan Garcia, of course, and he did have a fight in January. 2 fights for the year. I don't know how much that rust has built up. Plus, he did a little stint behind bars. And it looks like he's just now getting back in the gym. Does he really need a tune-up fight? Maybe he does. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold it against him. I think having 2 fights within the last 12 months is enough. But I get it if he wants to have a tune-up fight. But here's the thing. A tune-up fight for what? Now, everything is pointing and looking in Devin Haney's direction. They recently asked Devin Haney about potentially fighting Gervonta Tank Davis next. It appears that's what him and his father, Bill Haney, wants next for Devin Haney. But this interview, and I want you guys to give this a listen, this is going to be critical because, listen, at the end of the day, Tank Davis has proven over and over and over again it's about a bag. It's prize fighting. He's trying to get rich. He's succeeded in that. Even though he's told us now on a couple of different occasions it's no longer about the money, and that he wanted to go after those guys next, meaning the top guys in the division, and the Shakur Stevenson and the Devin Haney. I still believe if there's an opportunity to get a big bag and put a name like Manny Pacquiao on his resume, whether Manny Pacquiao is old and over the hill, which he is, and it doesn't make much sense to me, but it would be a big bag. I want you guys to listen to part of this interview real quick. Let's check it out.
Oh, I'm still active. I'm in active, training. I do training.
Like to have another pro fight?
I have exhibition match this coming December.
Where at? Let me know about it. I wasn't aware of this.
In Japan.
Against who?
Well, working on it. The opponent, we're working with Mayweather.
You're gonna do an exhibition with Floyd?
Yeah, yes.
Mayweather Pacquiao. Why don't you do it for reals?
I don't know. If you want.
Finally, Manny, Gervonta Davis. What do you think of him? What do you make of him as a fighter?
Gervonta Davis is a good fighter. Good fighter, yeah.
Is there ever any possibility that you would go back in the ring and fight someone like a Tank Davis?
If you want, and if he come up to 147, then we can fight.
He can't meet you at 140?
145 maybe.
Wow. So this is big news. You're willing to do a catchweight fight with Tank at 145?
145.
What happens? You have a lot of experience, but he's explosive. What would happen in that fight?
Oh, that's not a problem for me. I'm experienced fighter, so.
Yeah.
And there you have it. That opens up the floodgates. That opens up the speculation. That opens up the opportunity. Now, at the end of the day, I still believe you have dormant casual fans that will come out of hiding and purchase a pay-per-view to see Manny Pacquiao fight, arguably the face of boxing. You can't put that past the casual boxing fan. This is what entices them. Two names that they know. Now, you also hear Manny Pacquiao mention the fact that they supposed to be working on some sort of exhibition with a Floyd Mayweather. And, you know, if I think Floyd Mayweather is the businessman that I think he is, he could potentially try and capitalize off of Manny Pacquiao one more time in both settings. In a real fight with Gervonta Tank Davis and in an exhibition fight with himself. I wouldn't put it past these guys. Again, I think that's a very viable option for Tank Davis and his team, that they're going to really truly consider that. I think if they announce this fight tomorrow, it's going to make waves. Gervonta Tank Davis moving up to 45 to see Manny Pacquiao. And listen, I got to admit, when you look at Tank Davis, you know, past 5 fights on his resume, even over the hill, past his prime, Manny Pacquiao is probably better than all of those fights. Let's keep it buck, and maybe going past 5 fights. And I'm just keeping it a buck, man, because again, I'm a huge Tank Davis fan. And I'm not saying that these aren't some tough fights that Tank Davis has had, but have they been elite fighters? Any of these fights, have you given Tank Davis a 50-50 shot at winning or losing? And for me, the answer's been no. Even when a lot of people was calling the Ryan Garcia fight a 50-50 fight, I just couldn't agree, right? And that's just me, you know, looking at Tank Davis and the skill set that he possesses, the IQ, and you couple that with the power, he's extremely dangerous. So it's hard for me to see some of these fights at 50-50 fights because he hasn't been able to secure an elite fighter in the ring alongside him. And again, even an older Manny Pacquiao, now I believe 44, 45 years old, I still think he probably does a lot of these young boys dirty. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that his camp looks at real closely and real seriously. I think if you think Tank is going to be climbing in the ring next with somebody whom we all believe to be elite, and then a top fighter or a top 35-pounder or 40-pounder, a Shakur Stevenson or a Devin Haney, I don't believe that's next for Tank Davis. I think he could potentially do this Manny Pacquiao fight. Call me crazy. Or if not that, I just don't think it'll be against somebody whom we feel that it's a 50-50 fight at the end of the day. But I would watch this situation closely because, again, it's about a bag. What better bag to get than a Manny Pacquiao bag, as long as he's still around and willing to do a real fight. And I don't know what the hell's wrong with Manny Pacquiao. He's still trying to fight Floyd. He'd fight Tank Davis, and this dude's actually trying to represent the Philippines in the Olympics. Some niggas just don't know when to give it up. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Tank Davis potentially fighting Manny Pacquiao. Listen, I know that shit sound crazy. It sounds crazy. But I'm just saying, don't be surprised if it happens. All right, that's all I got for y'all on this one, man. Big T.O. Heavy Bag. No, I got with me, man. Oh, if you ain't got no merch, man, check it out right here. Bing. No, I got with me, man. My guy Roger. Talk to him, Roger.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.